What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Stomp podcast. I almost said the other podcast I'm on, not gonna lie. And we're on the Fastlane to Fastlane, and the Fastlane apparently is the slow lane right now because there is no build up to this fucking event. We just talked before recording. We were talking that now there's only 3 matches. Before Raw, there was only 1. So
3 100% confirmed matches, and the pay-per-view is next week.
Is next week Saturday? Yeah.
They have 3 shows to get this full card built.
The only good thing about Trips is that he only does like six-ish matches per PLE, so he doesn't have to build too much, but the build up is still bad.
What the fuck are the other 3 matches?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What other feuds do we currently have going on can make that happen?
It's not. Io Charlotte? Is that what we're gonna get?
I think we might be getting that. I fucking don't know.
We fucking jinxed that, dude.
We probably did. But we have Ciampa versus Gunther, which I didn't know about until just now because I didn't watch Raw last night or 2 nights ago.
That shit is gonna be good. That shit's gonna be.
Gable deserves this fucking belt.
He deserves it, but he's had a shot. They had to move on.
They made him take a loss in the stupidest way possible.
Yes.
I forgot I got 2.
I like it.
And then we have Cena versus Jimmy and Solo, which LA Knight may be a part of that.
LA Knight has COVID.
Yeah, but he can get tested and cleared from COVID within like 5 days now. It's not like back in 2020.
I don't think they're not going to bank on it.
No, but like
they won't
really a handicap match for a bloodline, and it's a bloodline.
I think they have a backup in mind already.
I'm trying to think of who could be the backup. Because it's got to be a SmackDown superstar. Can't be like Jay or Cody or something like that.
No, it's gonna be Cody.
It's gonna be Austin Theory.
Fuck no. And then the only other name I've seen thrown around is Randy comes back.
That's if Randy's 100%. I think he's coming back to the PC to like tune up.
I could see him that being his first match back being a tag.
It could be. I'd give him a little bit of a break.
And Cena takes most of the match.
That's very possible.
Just so he can get eased in. Because any other way, if it's a one-on-one, Randy doesn't have a chance to kind of hide.
Yeah.
So that was the name I saw floating around a lot. Was
I don't know if I like that or not. I mean, Randy and Cena have such a long history together, so it makes sense more or less. But they're just gonna throw Randy out there like the day of.
The other name I saw, because I was looking the card up earlier because I was like, is these the only 3 matches? The other name I've seen thrown up is it's not going to happen because it's Fastlane. It's not going to be the fucking Rock.
No. The rumors say he might be Elimination Chamber. I'm like, he's not coming back from Elimination Chamber of all PLEs. I know it's like one of the standard ones, but like he's coming back from Mania or nothing. Maybe Rumble.
No, I could see him make an appearance at an Elimination Chamber.
He can make an appearance. That's perfectly fine.
I think he'll make an appearance, come in, rock bottom somebody, probably Roman.
Yeah, I can see that happening, but I don't think they're like saying Roman has a match against The Rock at Elimination.
No, hell no.
No, that's a Mania match.
Roman Rock is Mania bust.
Or Control. It's Saudi money. It might be the only other thing that gets them on their side. The Saudis have a lot of money they can pay out that ask for. This is all like
The Rock does not care about the money.
Yeah, but if they give him a big payday from that check from the Saudis,
The Rock will say no to the money.
I don't think
he doesn't need the money.
Yeah, but like
he does not need
it could be an absurd amount of money for like one appearance. They're not going to do it because he
is not Kane, Undertaker, Triple H, and Shawn. he is not going to just take a big paycheck to do.
To be fair, those guys had like a secondary income besides WWE. So,
those guys also probably had the worst match of the year that year.
Was the worst match of almost ever.
That's so bad. None of them should have been anything again.
They should not have. The last match on the Fastlane card that we currently have established is a last man standing Shinsuke versus Seth Rollins, which will be fucking dope.
That's Shinsuke's arguably best match ever in WWE on the main roster. Was a last man standing match.
What match was that?
AJ Styles. AJ
Okay.
Styles Money in the Bank.
Makes sense.
It was
And
at
Seth's
least
never
for
done
that
one.
feud. Huh?
And Seth's never been in a last man standing.
Really?
Yeah, he's never had one.
That is kind of bizarre.
I know, and that's why I'm like super excited for this. I want to see how far Seth will go. How
That
crazy
that match is going to be insane.
I really hope that closes out the night rather than the tag handicap.
It's going to be the handicap because it's Cena.
It's gonna be because I think it's because of Bloodline.
It's the combination of both.
Do you know what should close it out though? Triple threat: Nia Jax, Rhea Ripley, and Raquel Rodriguez.
The rumored match I've seen with that is without Raquel.
I can see that happening. I'm not very.
I've been seeing Rhea versus Nia, and I don't want that.
Nia took out both of them. Have a triple threat. Have both Rhea and Raquel bully the shit out of Nia.
What I want is the best way for WWE to do that is to be a triple threat.
Mm-hmm.
Raquel gets pinned by Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
So then you can still have the Nia versus Rhea 1-on-1.
Yeah, I guess I don't want to like risk Rhea's health more than we have to. Get rid of this match.
In a program with Nia, she's already in trouble. You remember what she did to Becky a few years back?
Yeah.
Not even the centerpiece of a program, and Nia somehow fucks it up.
That fucked up one of the most biggest matches of WWE's history.
But to her credit, it made Becky Becky
that
Lynch.
image is like everywhere still. But
I looked at that image. I'm like, man. When she had that started the man movement. It wasn't anything before that. The man movement started with her standing on top of the bleachers with WWE fans around her, and she's still holding the belt with a broken fucking nose.
It definitely did, but Ronda Rousey was still on top of the world after her UFC stint. She was still going hard. And you have your biggest women's star in the world, and Nia Jax ruins that for everyone. No big payday for anyone. Fucked up plans. No Ronda Rousey or Becky Lynch match ever. So Nia Jax fucked up that.
They had a triple threat.
Yeah, but we wanted a one-on-one Ronda versus Becky. Nowadays, that would suck.
Looking back at that, I am thankful we didn't get that.
But back then, Ronda actually knew how to do things. Ronda actually cared.
Did she?
I think she did.
Look at all of her good matches and who they were against.
That was her first stint back. That was her first stint to the WWE.
Yes. But if you really look back at it, she never had a good match where you can say she was the reason it was good.
Yeah, but like she could go into a match and not suck. Her second stint, yes.
Her second stint was the worst women's wrestler. If her name wasn't Ronda Rousey, she would have been on the roster cuts.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree.
Just
but that
Ronda
first
Rousey.
stint, she actually,
that first stint she was okay. See, I don't. The popularity was the reason we all loved her. Let's be real.
But you know how many eyes that would have dragged to the fucking
That's the
product?
only reason why we loved her.
Yeah. I don't care. More eyes in the product, which means more money for the company, which means better product.
Hey.
Fine by me.
I'll take it.
Yeah, so
that last man standing match will still be really good. I don't care what anyone has to say. I don't know how it's going to end. I could see it going either way, to be fair, honestly.
They're not going to give Shinsuke the belt. They're not. He's not at the level. He's not at they have their main guys in WWE. There's Roman, there's Seth, there's Gunther, and probably LA Knight at this point because that's SmackDown. So I'm thinking like two from each. They're not going to give it to Shinsuke. They're not going to have Shinsuke defeat him. You know who's going to actually defeat him? Dom.
See, this is why I didn't want to bring up that Dom's probably going to lose his NXT title this Saturday.
He's going against Trick. That's a mid-card title.
I think he's gonna drop it this week finally.
He can't. I can feasibly see it, and I'm probably gonna watch that just because.
I think he's gonna drop that, and then Carmelo's gonna drop his title.
And yeah, I can see that happening.
And then there's gonna be the huge power struggle between Trick and Carmelo of Melo's always been the one with the belt. Now he's the one without it, and Trick has the belt.
My only issue is that means that Dom Dom is the only person without gold in the Judgment Day.
That'll fit it, but I would have rather him be the only one with the belt, just so we could laugh every week when he's talking about how he's a champion, while everyone else is standing without one.
Well, Real will be back starting Monday because this is like that 2-week injury, like that was scripted. But so technically, I mean, she'll be at ringside, unless they bar her from ringside, which I don't think they will.
No.
So it means
I still think
Rhea being there makes it an issue for Trick, okay?
Yeah, because that's something to stare at.
We love Mommy in this house. Okay.
Mommy's the goat. Now, I think he loses it.
I can see it. I don't want it to happen, but
I don't want it either. But I think it will also be funny, Dom trying to make up excuses every single time he's on TV of why he lost the belt. Well, the Judgment Day's we are the champions of the WWE, and Dom's just holding both fists up.
He just starts picking up Mommy and just falls over.
Mommy picks him up and holds him up. He'll hold the belt for Rhea, so Rhea doesn't have to waste that energy.
The Paul Heyman fucking device. Oh, I would love that.
No,
Dom Dom is the greatest.
Dom Dom is not. Dom Dom just is playing his character so fucking well.
Oh my god, he's one of the best. Like that heel turn saved his career, and it's the best thing that's happened in WWE.
Absolutely. Well,
I'm so happy.
I saw someone. It was on TikTok of how people were saying they put booze in for when Dom has the mic to try to make it sound bad. It's a
I don't
TikTok.
think that many.
It's a TikTok, and it's like they say they put these boos in. I can't hear shit right now.
Yeah, if WWE was making sure boos were happening, they would allow Dom to talk a little bit, or at least let you hear him over the boos. No, those boos are fucking deafening. I can't hear shit when Dom's on the mic, which I equally love and equally hate because I want to hear what Dom has to say because Dom's Dom. But like, also it feeds into his character.
He was in prison, man. He was in prison, man.
He's dangerous. He can take out everyone in that stadium.
Bro, we has to hold him back. If it wasn't for Mommy, we'd be dead.
Exactly. Did I tell you that when I went to Raw back in it was before Backlash because that's when they sent out the Bad Bunny fight with Damian Priest.
I remember. I know you went.
Yeah. When Dom was in the ring area, there was a little kid there was like the stairs.
Oh God, this is gonna go wonderful.
There's a little kid right over it. Me and Abby are like 1 or 2 in, and we're rooting for Dom. We're going hardcore because we're assholes and we don't follow the rules. Even though we're supposed to hate them, and that's like the whole crowd thing that you're supposed to like go with the flow, even though you like them. Me and Abby don't do that. There's like the Judgment Day is excused from that rule from us. This little kid that's going. It was like, go get it, Ray, or something. It was something like that. I don't know what happened exactly. I can't remember. Like he was rooting hardcore for the LWO.
Grayson, what did you do?
And we stared straight at this kid. And, let's go, Dom!
Oh my God! Do you know who else is probably about to have that issue? Drew's gonna start to have that issue. I feel like
not with the booze.
He's not gonna get boots. The issue
because Drew's hot, man.
Drew is so over right now.
I love Drew,
and he's a heel now.
Yeah,
granted, he's the Kevin Owens heel right now.
My question is, do we have any baby faces on fucking Raw besides Cody Rhodes?
Jay, Sammy, Seth, Kevin.
Is Seth a baby face though? He cheated online.
He's more babyface than heel,
I guess.
Gable, Otis.
I would love to see a Gable fucking Drew match. That'd be amazing. It's not gonna happen right away, but
Drew's gonna have that issue if he's gonna get booed.
Do you think Drew Jay happens at Fastlane?
I saw people are thinking it's gonna be Drew Cody.
I can see that.
Well,
I think the only reason Jay might not be able to be on a Fastlane is because of Jimmy Solo. since they're there, you don't want to get them intertwined right now until Roman.
He's gonna be somewhere on the show.
Oh, he'll show up, but like he
I
won't.
could think. I could see him being the John's tag partner. Still,
I don't think so.
But I love Drew's character though at this point because his heel turn is basically you fuckers are forgetting what Jay did to us.
Mm-hmm.
You are He made all of our lives hell for the last 3 years, and you guys are acting like he is our best friend. No.
No.
He even had a segment with New Day, and he's like, "Don't you, Xavier, especially you? Don't you remember what they did to you?" And Xavier's more just like, he's a new person now. I'm like, no, this heat needs to stay on Jay.
Hear me out. I just thought of this right now. Drew joins Judgment Day.
No. No.
They're still going after Jay, which I don't understand because he's already turned that.
I'm sorry, but no.
I would love to see it. He's already the black hair. He's good to go.
If Drew joins the Judgment Day, Finn needs to be out.
But if Damien has a face turn,
if Drew joins Judgment Day, he has to be the head of Judgment Day.
But the thing is that they don't have a head. They're a family. There's no head here. There's just
Drew would be the head. Drew would be the top dog if he joined Judgment Day.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Little Mommy exists, but
it would still be Drew.
I don't think so. I don't think
we would all still look at Judgment Day and say that's the guy.
Well, I don't think Finn's the guy.
Exactly, but the difference between Drew and Finn, Drew has had the belt. Drew has had the Vince.
So did Finn, just for like 24 hours.
Drew beat Brock for the belt.
Mm-hmm.
Drew had some good ass feuds with the belt.
Mm-hmm. I gotta rewatch Drew Pandemic Drew.
Pandemic. I feel bad for Drew.
Yeah, he needs that belt in front of an actual crowd.
He needs that belt. He needs to. He deserves it too.
That's why I wanted Drew Seth feud so that they can get. Because I think the only person right now besides Cody and like the normal.
If he drops it to Drew, I would cry. I would cry
in happiness or sadness.
Oh, joy! I love Drew.
Yeah, I love Drew as well. I'm just saying,
like my WWE 22 because I didn't play 23. My finisher was the Claymore kick because it's my favorite finisher in WWE.
Is it?
Yes, because it's so simple. But God, is it beautiful,
dude! I want to get hit by a Riptide so badly.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Dude, if I ever meet Rhea, you know how people ask to get stepped on by her? I might physically ask for a Riptide. I don't care if they're on cement.
You know what the worst part of this is, Grayson?
What?
Abby would ask for the same thing.
I know.
And it wouldn't be like Abby looking at you and really? Be like, me next, me, and step on me when I'm on the ground and pin me.
For all our viewers who don't know, my girlfriend is Abby. She's a bigger Rhea fan than I will ever be because technically I've roasted her over Rhea. So
hasn't she said she'd leave you for Rhea?
She said that. I think she's kidding. I think.
You hope. You hope.
I do hope. Yeah, Fastlane has not been built up well.
I mean, what the three matches would be the Rhea match, Io, Asuka, maybe.
Okay, you keep saying Io, and I really hate it. It's Io.
Io, sorry. Io.
I said Io throughout the last episode. I'm like, why is he saying Io continuously?
I'm not smart.
I know, but they say it on TV every week.
I'm not smart.
Io Charlotte, I can see happening. I wouldn't be the biggest fan of it. She got involved last week in the fucking match because whatever reason.
The fourth match I want, honestly. Fifth. Well, it'd be those two. Then the sixth match.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Finn.
It's not built up right now, though.
Makes the most sense to me of everything that's not.
if they were going to do that, they should have done that after Dom's match on Money in the Bank. But they had to finish off with Brock. But like, still,
I still think it'll be because we can definitively break it down to two separate groups because that's the War Games match at this point.
mm-hmm. Yeah, we were talking about that last week.
That's the War Games match, and it became way more clear on Raw the other night.
Dude, some people were talking about like, hey, we might not have a women's War Game match. I'm like, if that happens, I'm going to Trips. I'm going to like.
We'll get it.
He's gonna get a divorce, so Stephanie won't be. That's a rumor. I know.
I don't know what it'll be.
I don't know.
Actually, hold on. On top of that, Shawn Michaels the tweet the other day was basically. Did you see it?
No, I didn't. But
it's basically like they're really gonna leave this company to Stephanie McMahon. Blah 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 blah, and it's like going off on Stephanie and how Hunter's better, and Shawn liked it. And someone tweeted either Shawn thought he was on his burner account and liked this tweet, or Shawn just doesn't give a fuck and is going to stand with the homie no matter what.
I don't think that's the case. I think
Shawn just doesn't give a fuck.
You know, even if they had, I still think Trips is going to be part of the company.
He's still going to be head. If he's not head of creative,
I don't think Stephanie. No offense. Stephanie also stepped down. So like, but if Stephanie gets the company. And I don't think she'll remove Trips because Trips has been leading the way for how popular the WWE has been.
I've only heard of one person complain talent-wise about their role with Hunter.
The only problem I have with Trips is his booking of babyfaces.
Yeah.
He doesn't book a heel for his heel booking is fantastic.
Oh my lord.
Because he was a heel all his career. So
he's one of the greatest heels.
Yeah. He's my favorite fucking WWE superstar of all time. So like
he was outstanding heel.
Oh yeah. So I understand why he can't book a babyface, but that's the only issue I have with him is they can't book a babyface.
I mean, I've only heard one superstar who has been released complain about Triple H.
Who's that?
Boogs.
Yeah, but that's because he had Vince McMahon backing him up. So
Vince
McMahon always loved those one.
I also think he doesn't realize the real reason why his push got ended.
Why would his?
Because remember Mania where he tore his pec?
Yeah.
That's where I think it ended.
Well, yeah, because he got injured.
Yes, and when you're that middling talent in a tag team, tagging with a guy who can main event shows.
Well, yeah, because it goes like top end talent like Seth, Cody, blah blah blah, and then you have your mid card talent like Gunther, Gable, stuff like that,
and then you have those guys in between. You have some guys in between who mid card title talents make sense. Right now, we're seeing it with Shinsuke, where if he challenged Gunther this pay per view, I'd believe it. He was challenging Seth last pay per view.
The Dolph Ziggler talent.
He's the Dolph Ziggler here.
But Boogs is like he was in tag team. You can't get much lower than a tag team.
You can't get much lower than tag team, and he was with Shinsuke. Now you lose, you get injured, and that other talent is going to go do what that talent is capable of.
Yeah,
Rick Boogs was not capable of a singles run. He didn't have a character. His character was, look, I play the guitar for Shinsuke's theme song.
Yeah.
And the commentator is going to talk about how freakishly strong I am. That's his character. He was missing it.
Yeah. And I just want to say, there are some good tag teams that are above the normal tag team. You get like the Street Profits, and
Alpha Academy,
and like the women's tag team is like the mid card talent because they don't have a mid card championship, which I do want to talk about before we get into a certain superstar who just got signed. The NXT title is, I feel like it's a dry run for a women's mid card championship.
The NXT,
the women's NXT championship. I think it's a dry run, so they don't have to like invent a belt. They want to see how people react to it. They want to see how well they can book it.
I think I kind of agree with that actually.
Because Tegan's been off fucking TV forever, and now fucking Tegan gets her one shot.
Well, you know why, right?
What about Tegan?
Becky requested Tegan.
Yeah, I know that. But like you're showing off talent that typically doesn't have a place. Tegan didn't have a place because A, Liv's hurt, and she was Liv her last tag team, and B, they didn't know how to use her. But A, having Becky, who is your leading, I love Rhea, I love Io, I love all those women. Your leading woman is Becky, no matter what.
Becky, and I said this after the Trish match.
Mm-hmm.
Becky's the undisputed GOAT of women's wrestling.
Oh,
at this
yeah.
point.
1,000%.
You can't argue any name anymore.
And if you say Charlotte, it belts runs do not fucking matter because
no, they do matter.
Shit.
They do matter because all of Charlotte's was horrible. Becky has half the reigns for triple the time.
Mm-hmm.
Becky invented the when Bayley and Sasha were we're Bayley and Sasha 2 belts. It's Becky 2 belts after Mania. The man 2 belts. And Becky's runs have been the greatest runs in women's wrestling. There hasn't been a bad one.
I'm just saying, like, the amount of runs do not matter.
No, not at all. And I think if we added up the time, Becky has her demolished.
Probably.
And half the belts. And I think she's about to go on like a year run with the NXT belt.
I don't think so.
I think she's gonna have that for still drop it before Mania.
Either that or they'll have her be like, hey, some NXT like a higher up, like Shawn Michaels will come up like, can I get this belt back? I'll trade you for this WWE National Championship, and it'd be a new mid-card championship for Becky.
I think Becky loses it in a way that doesn't get her pinned.
Triple threat, probably.
Probably a triple threat, fatal 4-way. They will not have some talent. The only way they have some talent pin Becky is if they're like, hey, this is the one.
Roxanne Perez, anyone?
I think Roxanne gets called up before then.
Probably. But
I think
it's on Raw. The NXT Championship is on Raw.
I think Roxanne gets called up soon from there, women's wise. She's outstanding. There's a lot of NXT talent that should be called up by now. To be fair,
I don't know if they have space right now because, again, we talked about this last week. The women's roster barely utilized.
The men's barely utilized too at this point. It's the same people every show.
Yeah, and that's boring. Give me some fucking Braun Breaker every fucking Monday.
Braun needs to get. I think have you seen the feud Braun's in right now? And I love
Baron Corbin. They fucking tore out that fucking car.
I fucking love that. I think that needs to be his last feud before he goes up.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's his second feud with a main roster level talent who's been on the main roster. He's fought the matches of a main roster top dog. Sadly, because that Roman feud was not good. That the big dog should not be eating dog food.
Yeah,
that was not a good feud. But he's been at that level, and this would be Braun's last test of, hey, you killed this again. Get your ass to SmackDown.
Oh, he definitely needs to be a SmackDown. I know I said Raw, but he definitely needs to be.
He's a SmackDown dude.
Yeah.
I think we need to see a huge shakeup. I think we need to see Braun go to SmackDown. I think we need to see Mello go to SmackDown.
I can see it. I'm just worried about the talent becoming not used, even though they are great talents because of
I feel that
currently.
But I also feel like NXT needs to start to get new talents going.
Oh yeah, definitely. They sent a bunch of people on like the lower end, like the college football players.
That's also why I think Mello needs to drop the title to Dragunov.
To Dom.
No, it's gonna be Dragunov needs to have a few month reign. Drop it at whatever's before Elimination Chamber.
That'd be a Rumble.
The NXT, whatever the NXT pay per view is.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
And show up at Elimination Chamber after Gunther's match,
or during Gunther's match,
or during either of those. It needs to be Dragunov versus Gunther at this Mania.
Okay, I understand a lot of people like Dragunov and like Gunther. I don't get the in-ring work or the out-ring work. I don't I understand why people like it. I'm not a big fan of it. It's boring. It's uninspired. It's just two men slapping meat. I think I killed Kaleb.
Dude, have you not watched Dragunov recently?
No, I haven't. I watched NXT.
Do you want to know who's had the two best NXT? No, he's had like a 3 or 4 match run on NXT.
Okay, please do not bring up Metzler if you're doing this.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Because knowing Metzler, he probably gave him 2 stars because it's WWE and not in the Tokyo
No,
Dome.
he gave him 5 to NXT. He hates the main
Dragunov.
roster.
I watched that Mello versus. Was it Mello? I think Mello Dragunov had a match. It was Dragunov and someone had a match, and holy shit, this Dragunov's not a fucking joke.
I don't think he is.
He sells his ass off.
Mm-hmm.
He's one hell of a he is a fucking demon in the ring.
Maybe I'll have to watch more of him because I don't get Gunther. So
he might be my favorite wrestler in NXT right now in ring guys, because his talent is the way he sells. He'll look like he gets broken in half if Roman spears him.
Mm-hmm.
You know how far Dolph would go to sell, especially later in his career?
Mm-hmm.
That's Dragunov right now.
Okay.
Dragunov will sell his ass off. Dragunov will have a hard-hitting affair. I mean, I think it was definitely him and Mello. It was definitely him and Mello last NXT pay-per-view. And that was the no doubt match of the night.
Okay.
And it was even trending on Twitter, I want to say, with how good it was.
Most big matches do, so.
It was no negative reviews. It was all match of the year type shit.
Okay, so maybe I'll have to watch Dragunov. But okay, Gunther, I've said it before. His gimmick is boring to me, and his in-ring work is. I understand it's like we got to bring back the glories of wrestling, the origin of wrestling, but like I'm not inspired by his wrestling. I'm not inspired by him getting the belt from Roman or anything like that. I don't like. I understand why people want him to get the belt from Seth. I understand that, but I'm not a big fan of that. I don't want to see that. I don't really care for it. His run with the Intercontinental Championship is good. He's probably the greatest IC champion of all time, but I don't really give a shit.
Greatest single run of all time.
Yeah,
but we'll agree to disagree, because I hold Gunther.
I think I'm missing something from Gunther. I don't know what it is. Everyone loves Gunther. I'm here just sitting here like, skip.
That's a skip match, is Gunther?
Typically, unless it's a pay-per-view. I'm bored by him unless it's Gable. I like Gable, so. And you know what? I think Gable carried those matches, which is why I'm really pissed that he's not the Fastlane match. Because that's who should get the IC Championship right now is Gable.
I still say it has to be Dragunov for Mania, because it's only right. Just
you want Gunther to hold it for another 3?
Yes.
2 plus 4 months. You want to hold it for another half year?
Yes, I will be fine with another half year of Gunther.
Nope. He's dropping at Fastlane.
You think Ciampa's?
I don't want it to be Ciampa. I don't want it to be, but it's gonna happen.
Hashtag DIY.
That's how they start. You know how DIY has been on this fucking roster for so long doing nothing? They need their championships. They can crowd around Ciampa.
Hashtag DIY.
And then bring Theory back, make him a babyface. That's what's gonna happen.
He needs to figure.
I'm calling it now.
DIY is Ciampa and Gable, Ciampa and Gargano.
No, but they have a whole family.
That's not DIY.
It's part of it.
DIY was only Ciampa and Gargano.
That's a tag team. I'm talking like the faction. What's the faction called?
When that faction got built, Ciampa wasn't in it.
Was Ciampa not in it?
No.
I don't fucking know anymore.
Because that was when Ciampa was NXT champ.
That's why he needs a
Gargano
belt.
had a heel turn, I think. And then that started to get built. I even forgot that group existed right now in WWE, to be fair.
You know, remember the Dexter Lumis Indy Hartwell marriage?
I love that. I forgot about it.
You forgot about the marriage? I always see clips on TikTok bringing up, like, this is the time that Dexter Lumis spoke.
I remember when I first saw Dexter on NXT, I was so confused by him.
Why? He's a Terminator.
But
he is.
He just was. He was the same character he is now.
Yeah, and
And I think any first time watcher of him would be, what the fuck is this man?
No, me and Abby watched him. Really good. Love him. He's great.
Oh, I love Dexter. I love him now.
Oh, I thought he was great. I love the awkward Terminator type character. I think it's funny.
Oh, it's my
remember that Miz run at the end of last year?
Oh, that's what it came to mind with Dexter. Honestly,
it was a great fucking feud.
It was outstanding feud.
And Gargano was part of it, but he didn't know much.
And then he went missing, and Ciampa's looking for him.
But Elimination Chamber, my guy.
No, the recent story is that Gargano went missing.
Oh, okay.
Ciampa was supposed to get on Twitter a bunch of him looking for him. That Elimination Chamber match, I miss Gargano. Gargano needs to fight Gunther for that title.
I could, yeah. Anyway, that's been Gunther dropped. Gunther just dropped his fucking belt.
No, he does not.
I'm bored by it.
You're fucking weird.
So I wanted Drew to win at SummerSlam.
I did
I wanted Gable to win at fucking.
I wanted Sheamus to win it so he could be a Grand Slam.
He'll get there eventually. They won't let Sheamus or Cena go without a Grand Slam.
I could see one of those two going without it.
Probably Sheamus. They won't let the Golden Boy not be a Grand Slam unless
they will not let the Golden Boy not be a Grand Slam.
Yeah. He needs the IC championship, right?
Actually, he might not actually because he does need that IC title.
Yeah, and you know what? He's not gonna take it from Gunther, but he'll take it from this guy next year.
He'll
do like a mini 4-week run.
They'll find a way for him to. He'll take it off someone.
Jamie runs back and runs down.
Oh my god, no! And then the next night on Raw, probably
Open challenge.
I am initiating the IC Open Challenge, and then Brock's gonna come out.
That's Brock IC Championship. That's what we need.
Get Brock to be Grand. Doesn't Brock need the IC2 to be a Grand Slam?
Let me check.
I want to say Brock's also missing the IC.
Probably.
Because I know it's not. He might be missing a tag title actually.
Does probably need to be Grand Slam
to get you faster.
I understand what the Grand Slam champion is. I want to know how many Brock needs. Oh, Drew is not?
Not yet. He's missing the US, isn't he?
He's US. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar. He's never won the Intercontinental or US.
There's no way they're gonna... Wow.
Because remember he had a tag team since like 2003 because that's when the Cody thing was happening. He also had a match on Raw since like 2004 or something like that. When we went to SmackDown, took the championship with them.
Do you know who's not a tag team Grand Slam champion? That's kind of shocking, actually.
Who?
Bobby Lashley.
I can see that. Yeah.
He's not. No, but do you know what he's missing?
Tag team.
Tag team.
Because I know you're the US, so I'm gonna see the IC at some point. I know this stuff. I know my stuff.
Oh, Finn's a Grand Slam.
Yeah, he just got his Grand Slam because of payback.
Yeah.
And Rhea's a Grand Slam.
Yeah. Do you want to see something that aids poorly?
What?
I'm looking at a Grand Slam list of will be Grand Slam, won't be Grand Slam.
I was just looking at that.
You want to know who number 4 on the list is?
Who?
The guy who just got released that you predicted.
Oh, Matt fucking Riddle! Get fucked!
Dolph's Grand Slam.
I don't remember. I don't know.
He's Grand Slam.
I just want to say, I called it on last episode. I posted it on our fucking curb stomp too, by the way. I fucking called it, and you're like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, he's got too many issues. He's got too many issues going on in his real life, and he fucked up with higher ups. They were done with him. So Matt Riddle's done for. I'm glad because the bro makes me uncomfortable as hell, and bro's fucking weird with his issues.
He was high 24/7.
Yeah, that's it. Do you remember the Asuka fucking promo?
Dude, I saw that shit on Twitter the other day. It's Twitter TikTok. That shit had me dying.
It's funny as hell, but I mean, you can't have that on a weekly basis. Okay, Miller's reacting to my TikToks.
Yeah, is there any other one shocking really that's not a Grand Slam?
Who?
There's no one else who's like I can look at and say that's really shocking that
Yeah,
he's that Grand Slam.
Sorry,
I
it's
mean,
shocking that Dom Dom is not a Grand Slam just yet.
oh brother, this man sucks. Oh,
Dom
this guy
Dom
stinks. Dom
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 is
Dom
the
will
GOAT.
be a Grand Slam
Oh
eventually
yeah,
because
definitely.
because of his dad
No.
or deadbeat dad by what they call him. Damien's gonna probably be a Grand Slam.
Who?
Damien.
He's got the US. He has
Yes, the
tag now.
tags.
Does he have IC?
He doesn't have IC yet, but he'll get IC eventually.
He doesn't have a world championship yet, so
He has one in his hands.
that's not an IC champ. That's not shock me. That's not a world championship just yet. And I can't guarantee that because it could be like we're gonna hold on to this so long, and then it's just gonna have him fail, because that just seems like what's gonna happen. That's what's happening with this Money in the Bank.
I still say the ultimate choice would be him cashing in on Roman.
It'd be shocking. I don't think it happens. Personally, I don't think it happens.
That's their goal. They don't want us to think there's a chance.
But when you think about it, like the EO cash in was like, okay, feasibly this is probably the best time for her to cash in.
I don't like SummerSlam cash-ins personally. I don't like SummerSlam cash-ins.
When's the last SummerSlam cash in you can think of right now? Top of your head.
Off the top of my head, Randy Orton 2013.
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
Okay, I want to make sure that's who I was thinking. Because hasn't he won Money in the Bank twice? Or was it Rumble?
Randy's Rumble twice.
Okay,
that's the first one that came to head. But it always feels.
Did he try to cash in on SummerSlam?
He tried. To me, that was always just feel anticlimactic.
I guess
because it's the first real big pay-per-view after Money in the Bank.
That's why I kind of want the Money in the Bank match to go back to WrestleMania.
No,
put something else in July.
I like where it's at.
I understand, but
then
so much more with WrestleMania.
Then that removes the
the clock.
But that's the same night passion's gone then.
But you know what you do? You can do a high century, but have like the clock ticking. Just like throughout the night, you have like a timer going down to 0 to when that contract expires.
No, because they're going to do that second year if that happened.
And I still want to see it.
At 1 minute, the current Money in the Bank holder is going to run out and cash in on the world champ.
I want to see one where they kind of forget the contract exists and they just.
I really hope that's what happens with Damien. Honestly,
he just can't get it done. He can't cash in.
He can't cash it in. That's kind of what I was starting to think. I'm like, he's had it for a while, which I love. Long Money in the Bank holds.
Mm-hmm.
I love when they keep them forever.
Yeah,
because that's. I mean, the two that come to mind.
A woman could do that.
Yeah, fucking right.
Didn't EO have the second longest
Money in the Bank run ever?
After 1 day.
After 1 day, it was like after that. It was either after that Raw or the next SmackDown. She was the second longest reigning Money in the Bank holder after.
No,
Carmella.
It was literally before Raw happened. She was the longest.
It was Carmella is the longest reigning one, and because she had it, I think she even had it past Mania though.
Did she?
No, because she didn't have it at Mania. Also, can I say there's an asterisk on the Mella one though?
She had it for no. Wait. Mella had it for 2 days. What the fuck? Okay, has she won it twice?
Technically,
is it because they had to redo it again?
Yeah, I think that's they had to redo it because James Ellsworth technically won the first women's Money in the Bank match.
Okay, so she had it for 287 days. It's 2 days and then 287. I'm like, wait, you mean 2 years? Wait, you can't have it for 2 years.
Yeah, no, because technically Ellsworth won.
Yeah,
the first one, and then that following Monday Night Raw, they stripped her of it because she didn't climb the ladder. Ellsworth did.
Makes sense.
What?
Okay,
they need a long run with it. So we get to the big name finally.
Oh yeah, we should probably get to the massive name they've been promoting all over the fucking place. Jade Cargill is now part of the WWE. The biggest signing since like probably Cody. And I mean Cody was already WWE, but this is the first out of like since AJ Styles is probably the biggest after that.
I love how they've handled this too.
Uh-huh.
You know, they try to keep all their signings secret.
Mm-hmm.
AJ, it was hidden until the Rumble. No one knew about that.
Yeah.
Everyone had the gut feeling that it was Cody coming to WWE.
Yeah, but they didn't know.
But it wasn't certain. They didn't know for sure that it was going to be Cody. And then WWE decides to pipe bomb us and say, hey, we have this big signing. We're going to announce it this time. We're going to actually announce.
They need to stop doing that.
I love it.
Them announce yet?
I love that they announced it.
I understand with Cargill. I understand, like, here makes sense. But, like, if they were going to sign, like, MJF, have him come out in the Rumble, have him come out.
Yes, that's what they'll do. But I feel like this was the best option for them to do with Jade.
Oh, yeah, especially with the women's division right now.
This Jade Cargill being signed and being announced could not
They're
have been
promoting it
better.
everywhere. She's already done a fuck ton of interviews.
I mean, they had a video of her walking into the performance center. Pictures of her inside the performance center, where people have a theory that Hunter's actually seeing to her training.
No, that was not Hunter.
I didn't think it was.
It's not.
I saw someone say that. I'm like, dog, that beard ain't. That is not Hunter.
Hunter's a lot bigger than that too. Like
I saw that. I'm like, that is definitely not Hunter. I'm gonna go with the flow and just hope it is that Gunther's that high. Hunter.
If it's anywhere, if it's anyone that's like helping out of the training, it's probably Randy right now because he's already at the PC, so might as well help her out.
Sean, I think, is probably.
Well, yeah. Sean always.
I think Sean's probably the one in charge of her. That's what I trust the most.
I think what I also love about it is it also announced it as a multi-year deal, which is like giving me like, okay, thank God we have her for a few years. Because like Becky and Sheamus are all next year. I'm like, okay, now I'm like kind of freaking out. Are they getting resigned?
One of those two is 1,000% coming back.
And it's gonna be Becky.
Sheamus is about to be done.
Probably.
Sheamus will see through his. Sheamus will have one more Mania. And then get his thank you, Sheamus, as he walks off to the sunset. That's just how it's gonna go. Sadly, Sheamus, great career, but it's not gonna be. And it's hopefully he wins that match. To be fair, but announcing Jade as a multi-year deal is absolutely outstanding to me. Which then opens up the door more for.
Hey.
I looked over, I saw that shit froze. I'm like, fuck. In the middle of a two-way conversation.
Hey, 48 minutes is pretty good for us to make it through without having an interruption.
No, but which opens up the door, I think, more to more AEW people coming over. Because there's a lot of names who are not being used out there now.
There is, yes. I don't know any of them, but
the big guy's Wardlow.
Who?
He's the typical Vince McMahon guy.
Okay.
But with talent.
Big muscles, okay.
But with talent. And
what I also love about the Cargill signing is that they're leaving up what her division is, like what show she's gonna be on, up in the air.
All three of them are still possible.
Yeah, all three. I don't see her on NXT.
I could see her doing that just to fuck with Becky.
If it's for a Becky feud, I can see it happen. But I don't think her assigned show will be NXT. She might show up. I don't think so. First.
I think. Well, she basically has said she wants Bianca at Mania, so she'll get Bianca at Mania.
Okay, why does everyone keep saying Bianca at Mania? Do they have history together? Are they like best friends or something like that?
No, it's Bianca. It's Bianca Belair.
But why is
because Jade Cargill specifically said she wanted Bianca at Mania.
Okay, that makes sense. If that's the case, I thought everyone's like, oh, it's two black women. Let's have them wrestle.
No, Jade has gone on record saying she wants to face Bianca at Mania.
If that's the case, I'm like thinking like, what the fuck is everyone saying?
Because Jade released some names she wants to face in WWE.
Yeah, it's like Rhea, Charlotte,
Becky. For some reason, Nia apparently she wants to take the Cody path and get injured for a few months, return at the Rumble, win the Rumble.
That actually is, I mean, not the her part, but her for Rumble is not a bad case.
You know what I also want though? And this might be going me on a mini rant here. She cannot just squash people coming through WWE.
If she's in NXT, she'll squash.
If she's on the main roster, I do not want her to have a single squash match.
Mm-hmm.
I hate squash matches when you're trying to build a star.
Dude, her and Rhea could cook real good.
Oh, she's gonna cook. She's gonna cook.
But I haven't seen anything from Jade, but I was talking to Valente on Twitter. I'm like, he's like, this is the biggest WWE signing ever. I'm like, even better than AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, if that's the case, we're in for a fucking show.
Hold on, let me double check something real quick.
Because she was 16
Jade Cargill's young.
She was 16-0 for a while in AEW.
Jade Cargill's only 31.
That's not bad.
She has 10 years of wrestling left in her.
If not more.
Women
typically like retire a little bit earlier, but like
that's still 41.
That's going up for the last 10 years.
This could be the best long-term decision WWE has made in a while. Because AJ was great for the short term.
He's still great right now. They just haven't booked him properly.
He's not as great. He's not as great. For that run from when he signed to the end of 2018, he was the best in the company.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That was a great short-term signing. Jade's going to be good from now until 2030. Minimum.
I mean, also, AJ was also like at the tail end of his career. He spent time in Impact in Japan. So
yeah. She's at the beginning of a big career. 31 is usually when wrestlers really break out, unless you're MJF and you're a freak of nature.
Or you're Rhea Ripley and you were breaking out.
Or you're Rhea Ripley.
The main roster.
Or Cena. Or the only names who don't really...
Well, Cena was like 26, 25. Like that.
But that was also bad booking.
True.
Cena didn't have... Stephanie McMahon saved John Cena.
That is true.
So we can thank her for that. Otherwise, the no doubt GOAT of wrestling would not be the GOAT, and he just never made it in WWE.
Who do you think would be the GOAT if Cena wasn't the GOAT?
Austin.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Hogan for a second. I'm like, bro.
No. the only two names the three names that came to mind was Austin, Rock, and Flair.
Okay.
The Rock brought popularity post wrestling to the WWE because that's where he got his beginning. Ric Flair, obviously the belts. Difference between him and his daughter is he had quality. His quality was better than Charlotte, and he didn't need to have a belt to feel relevant.
Okay,
but then Stone Cold is Stone Cold.
Do you know who I think would be the GOAT if Cena never existed?
I swear to God, if you say Dum Dum.
You called it for a while. But honestly, Ray might be up there. I think Ray is very close to being just the GOAT.
I think you got to say Randy before Ray.
There's a lot of people. I honestly.
There's so many names that could be up there.
There's so many. Like I was thinking, like there's Trips, there's Randy, there's
Shawn, Taker.
I always forget that Taker is like up there.
Well,
like I'm always like he's a GOAT, but like I'm like, man, bro could be number one.
It's just the Undertaker being. It's the most Undertaker thing of people forgetting about Undertaker, and then someone mentions Undertaker, and you're like, fuck.
That's right.
That guy caught me by surprise post retirement.
Yeah.
God,
but Jade coming in, she could legitimately make a case to like be like she could easily just slide into that Becky Rhea tier.
I don't know what division. I don't know what show I want on.
I want her on Raw just because Nia Jax exists and we can get rid of her.
But she wants to fight. She wants to fight Nia, so that means Nia's gonna have to stick around for at least another few months.
And the only reason I say that as well because she said what? She said Nia. She said Rhea. She said Charlotte, and she said Bianca.
She
So
said
it's-
all the top names. She said really all the top names.
But it's also 2 SmackDown, 2 Raw.
Let me see if I can find the full list. I saw
She gave
5
4
names.
Did she get 5?
I want to say she gave 5.
I should give it an NXT and like just stump us more. I want to fight Roxanne Perez. Okay.
Let me see if I can find the list.
But yeah, she could slide right into that division, that top tier like world championship division easily. From what I've heard. Again, I haven't watched her. The only thing I watch from NXT typically is whatever Sandy posts, because I don't know enough about NXT. I've been wanting to start watching it, and I might have a reason soon from what the rumors are coming up with. That being Edge going to AEW.
The other name is Asuka.
Who's SmackDown? So she's probably going to SmackDown.
I mean, there's no brands, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, it does because they want to keep this brand split for the time being.
Wasn't Drew drafted to SmackDown?
No, Drew was drafted to Raw.
Okay, that was just tripping. I'm like, wasn't that?
We still don't know who's going back to SmackDown from Cody calling in favors for Jay. They got to really announce that like Fastlane, right? Or Survivor Series.
I don't even know who could be.
The only person I can think is Cody.
Yeah, it should be Cody. That could. Please tell me you just thought of what I thought of.
What?
That's why he's going to be seen as his partner.
To go to SmackDown?
Yes.
I can see it happening.
Fuck.
What?
That's how they're going to get Cody in fucking with John Cena and in the Bloodline again. Is he's going to get moved to SmackDown as the favor.
But they can't really do that until Survivor Series.
It's Cody fucking Rhodes.
Just slide Seth into Cody's spot for the working match.
It's Cody fucking Rhodes. Cody Rhodes can do whatever the fuck he wants in WWE right now.
I still don't see Cody as that guy, like the guy who runs WWE.
He doesn't run it because his last few months have been so uneventful.
Yeah, since that Brock match, he hasn't really had anything to do, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, because I mean,
coming from a Brock Lesnar fucking feud, you're like, yeah, I got nothing else after you. It's kind of like, what the fuck?
You know, the fact, and we'll love him to death, but Dom is not a Cody Rhodes feud.
Okay, listen here, fucker. He's gonna beat the fuck out of Cody Rhodes.
He beat Cody Rhodes. He beat Dom already.
Yeah. And you know what? Dom is gonna be like, fuck you. Come back for you.
Listen. This is just not the feud. They need to figure out what the fuck they're doing with Cody.
They do. They need to find a
because
for him.
It's so clear what they want to do. It's so clear that his road is leading to back to Mania and the Mania main event.
That's unless Rock's saying something.
And unless The Rock says otherwise, it's fucking Cody Roman at Mania.
Unless Roman wants to do double duty for some reason.
I would say triple threat, but oh my, it's gonna be a triple threat.
It's not gonna be a triple threat.
Yes, so then Dwayne can take the pin.
So who?
So Cody can pin The Rock.
That's not how you end the story, though. It has to be through Roman.
It does.
But you end the story through Roman.
The Rock's goal is to have something where people are talking about for the next few years.
Okay.
If Roman loses his run by not taking the pin, that is not something that's just brushed over.
True.
That is the what if Dwayne was not in that match.
I mean, then you can set up the Roman versus Cody until SummerSlam or whatever study show you want to do it for.
Yes, where you get the official one-on-one.
And then Cody loses it, and then Roman gets the belt back.
And Cody wins it in Philly.
I can see it. I kind of. I'm not fully on board with it. I see your vision.
I think that is exactly what Dwayne wants. I also saw Jinder say that the only one who should beat Roman is Roman. And it's when Roman decides to retire is when Roman should drop the belts.
He's not wrong. I mean,
Jinder said when Roman is done, he should just vacate the belts and call it there.
I mean, he's earned it at this point.
Yeah. Just let Jade take him from him.
Don't fucking nice.
Let Cargill have the titles.
Yes, Jade Cargill, men's titles. Let's go. That's
actually no Nia.
No,
Nia. She'll never lose the belt because there'll never be anyone to face.
Didn't she hurt a male wrestler at one point?
Probably.
There's too many accounts of her.
I mean, Nia's just a mess.
What do you think about the rumors, the increasing rumors, and increasing possibility of Edge going to AEW?
It is what it is. I don't want it to happen.
I kind of find it funny because they're trading Jade Cargill, who's in the prime of her career, essentially, for Edge, who's literally had 3 matches this year because he's probably contractually obligated to.
Well, but do you know what in reality why he's doing it?
Why?
Christian.
I guess.
The Edge heads can be back.
I don't even know if they can use the name Edge though.
I don't think so.
Because I think Edge is you know how sometimes they own the name, how John Cena's technically John Cena's actual name is owned by WWE.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
I find it hilarious, but at the same time, it's kind of sad. But I think Edge might be owned by WWE. That might be their trademark or copyright, whatever you call it. So just have Adam Copeland in AEW.
Oh, here's a women's roster update.
What's up?
Liv Morgan is actually injured.
Yeah, we've known that for a while.
That's the storyline. And she's not coming back soon.
What's soon?
I'm actually, aside from healing up, my focus has been on my nutrition. So it's been really honoring that she wants to come back in the best shape of her life, is basically what she said today.
Rumble.
Which probably means she's not back till the Rumble.
Yep. I'm fine with that. That's fine.
Which gives us a few months of being down Liv still.
Okay. When it comes to the product versus Liv Morgan, I prefer Liv Morgan. The product can suffer for the next few months until Liv Morgan gets back. I want her healthy and happy.
Well,
she's gonna come back in the Rumble. She's gonna win the Rumble, and she's gonna face Rhea WrestleMania.
There's a new twist in that, though. Is the issue? Jade Cargill.
She wants Bianca.
Okay, one of the two gonna have to drop a belt.
It's gonna be
either Bianca's gonna need to be the SmackDown champ, which means she has to be on SmackDown, or Bianca's gonna have to take that from Rhea.
Bianca won't take it from Rhea. She was drafted to SmackDown unless that's what Cody pulled the trigger for. And currently Bianca's on a break, and they're not gonna have Rhea do it. Rhea will drop a seat. The only 2 people I can see Rhea dropping to is Becky or Liv.
I can see it if Jade does go to Raw.
If Jade goes to SmackDown, then she's the Chamberlain.
Oh yeah, no, I think there's no chance in hell. Either Jade needs to win. Jade cannot win the Rumble.
No,
because you can't.
She can make herself dominate in the Rumble. She can be the last 4 whatever.
What I want her to have 8 eliminations.
8? Did you say
8 eliminations?
This is the most for a woman. Is that why?
Probably. I took it up. Yeah, look this up.
Most eliminations in women's Royal Rumble. Record is 8 by Bianca and Shayna.
Then I wanted since she needs 9. I want her to break the record. I want her to break the record and get eliminated by third. And I want her to get eliminated by 3 people.
Have a fucking Nia Jax moment at the last Rumble.
Have her just get grouped attacked.
Okay, I'm fine with it. And then
just so she looks like the top dog in that Rumble, because that's what we need her to be.
Yeah, that's how you establish her as the dominant.
That's how you establish her as the number 1 dog in that company, as the female.
And shove her in the chamber and have her come out of the chamber.
And then have her dominate the chamber. Don't do none of that bullshit where Braun eliminated everyone but didn't get. Don't do that bullshit. Literally what I was thinking. Don't do none of that where, Becky's also in the chamber. Jade, you're gonna eliminate 4. You're gonna eliminate 4 of the 6 competitors.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Becky's gonna beat you last second, so she has 1 elimination to your 4.
Only twist to have in that is have Dakota come out looking really good from the chamber. Have a Montez Ford moment for Dakota.
Have Dakota actually be part of the group who have Dakota finish second.
Yeah,
in the Rumble.
That's what I'm saying. I want Dakota to be part of, like, when she comes back. She was already in the lead for like either winning Rumble or winning Chamber. That was already the rumors that were going around. So she comes back, give her a spotlight, make sure that she's like up there with in that area, in that tier. Have her look really good in the Chamber. Have her have a Montez Ford moment. We're good.
I still think the angle for Mania with Dakota needs to be damage control triple threat.
Probably.
That needs to be the angle. I know. It's like all these Mania matches we're saying needs to happen are all breakups.
See, I don't. They've been teasing every break.
Cup, yeah. Everything has been getting cheesed, but damage control needs to get over with. I know they've been entertaining as hell. Io needs to drop the title. She got the name right for you, dude. But they need to just get that. Dakota needs to come back at the Rumble. And Dakota needs to honestly be the one to break him up.
I can see it happening, yeah.
Have Dakota come back. Dakota gave her heart and soul to that group, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well injured, though.
Yeah.
Flying out to SummerSlam last minute, and then being on the
last minute.
She went to SmackDown last minute, also.
Yeah,
she has given her heart and soul to that group. Let her be the one who destroys it.
I get my heart and my soul to create, and I mean it's a good like storyline to go through. I came last minute to SummerSlam because I wanted to support my girl Io because I heard that the plan was the Io to cash.
Then you guys forgot about me.
Yeah, perfect.
You guys forgot about me. You guys acted like I didn't exist.
Perfect storyline.
That sets up with one of the one-on-ones, and then
that's a triple threat. It's like
have one-on-one on SmackDown that Bayley causes Io to lose. Io turns on Bayley. All 3 of them have bad blood now.
So people got bad blood. We get Taylor Swift in the crowd.
Travis Kelce, where?
I mean, George Kittle was at Mania last year, so this year.
Tight end you battle Kelce versus Kittle at Mania.
Oh my god! Survivor Series. There you go.
Taylor Swift special guest referee. That's how you get ticket sales.
They always have a special music act at WrestleMania. There's
Can I just say the best moment from WrestleMania last year was one of those music acts.
Was it the piano for?
No, the Snoop Dogg. And the Snoop Dogg. Oh, what? Shane's injured? I want to beat up the Miz now.
Did you see the fucking behind the scenes of the camera guy going punch him? He was just begging him, and Snoop was like, "What do I do?" He's like, "Rock bottom, cool, let's do that."
I love that. I was with my cousins watching it. I looked at him like, that was not scripted.
No, it was not. It was like a Torn Squad issue.
The best part was Shane. Oh my god, that's a Mania return. Shane is back. Oh, my quad. My quad is gone. And then Snoop beating the shit out of the Miz.
They popped Shane McMahon back in that Mania, and he has not been back at all.
It's sad that The Rock's been back more recently than Shane. Oh god, I love that Mania. Just because mainly because McAfee was there.
Night 2 is not good.
Yeah,
Night 2 there's 2 good matches in Night 2. That's about it.
Yeah, the IC title match.
I'm still pissed that Rhea didn't get a main event Night 1.
That was a weird case in my mind.
Do you know? Okay, but my hype from that match, like I said, is a match of the year candidate. Oh, they killed it. I think it's a match of the year candidate, and having coming down from that high to go to this tag team thing, which I understand story reasons, blah blah blah.
It moves so slow.
It was a slow match after that banger of a fucking match. I'm like, okay, now my hype's died down.
Well,
I think that's also what killed it for Night 2. Is it was slowed down at the end of Night 1. You want to have that momentum going to Night 2.
I still say I know that storyline was going on. I know you need to put just what's going to be the best match as the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Because, hate it or not, Gunther probably should have got that triple threat. Should have probably either opened the show. Because what was the opener of Matt? Oh God, was that? No, it wasn't that. What the fuck did open?
WrestleMania Night 2.
Was that the Cena Theory day they opened, or was that night one they opened?
Cena was Theory. Was night 1?
Cena Theory one.
Was it the women's tag?
No, that went on second. Was it Seth Logan?
No, that was night 1.
Then
it might have been Brock Omos.
oh my God, it was.
Which I totally forgot that. Oh, I don't want to do that.
That was the opener. Because it went that to the women's tag. Oh my God, that start was fucking horrible.
Oh yeah, I remember tweeting about it. Like I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
What the fuck? Because I remember I was excited for that women's tag match after the night
the
one.
Fucking police outside your fucking house.
I'm in my basement.
You're flashing red.
The lights. It's my 1922's laptop.
Fair enough.
1922. It's showing my emotions thinking about WrestleMania night 2. it's my anger.
I saw a DVD for WrestleMania Night 2 at Walmart, and Abby's like, "We should grab it." I'm like, "But Night 2 exists," and she's like, "So what?" I'm like, "Night 2 is bad." She's like, "No, it wasn't." I'm like, "Okay, let's go to the match." I'm like, "She's like, oh yeah, that was not very good." I'm like, "Mm-hmm."
You know, I was sad at the women's 4-man tag. 4-woman tag.
After
the men's was really fucking good.
A lot of people say the match of the year, which I'm kind of surprised about, but like
it was that good.
I can see it, yeah.
I mean, the Gable Braun moment.
Oh, and the fucking Angelo Dawkins coming around like a fucking truck.
The greatest announcer call of the year from Titus O'Neil.
What did he say?
It was, yeah, Angelo, show him. His Titus getting really loud for zero reason. That's probably not what he said, but it was similar to what he said it was Angelo completely destroying Braun, and Titus was like that bench player in football who just watched. It was like the freshman linebacker just watched the senior. No, the seniors. It's a blowout. The seniors on the sideline watching the guy he's been mentoring for the last few years of this year come through and clobber running back running through the hole.
That's like the type of call that happens when the punter knocks someone the fuck out.
Pat McAfee on Trendon Holiday.
I
only said that because it's relevant to WWE. Because McAfee's
that's also what happened. That's also what
happened. But McAfee's damn him. Anyways, I want him back so much.
He said he wants to come back for at least announcing. He said he wants to wrestle again as well. So I mean, wrestle the Mania.
I hope he comes back after game day and comes and does a stretch.
Yeah,
when he has the time on Fridays to do SummerSlam.
Yeah,
it's probably harder though with him being on national though.
Him on what?
Him being on national TV.
I don't think so. He's on national TV every day now.
Yeah, but he wasn't back when he was full time.
What do you mean full time?
When he was a full time commentator.
Oh. Yeah, I guess. You know.
He wasn't on national TV then.
I don't think it's hard. I think McAfee's
I blame Hunter. Hunter never should have let him go do game day. Oh, what? You have the opportunity of a lifetime? No.
You're gonna wrestle every week for us.
You're here every week with us. We need you, Pat. SmackDown's only getting watched. At this point, SmackDown only gets watched because of you.
That's not true. Corey Graves exists. And Michael Cole.
One of those. If you ask me, if you could have Corey Graves or Pat McAfee every Friday night, there'd be zero hesitation in my heart.
Fair.
He also has
You're
to
a
have.
Patrick.
He has to have. He has to have the nomination for Return of the Year though. At Rumble.
Oh yeah, that commentator, that him commentating over that was hilarious. It's the funniest shit in the world.
Howdy, Uncle Howdy.
Did you hear that WWE wants to continue Uncle Howdy's story?
I did not hear that.
Yes, they want to continue it in the most respectful way possible, in to have it be in honor of Bray.
I'd be fine with that.
I feel like you need to wait for Alexa to come back.
I agree with that.
Because Alexa will help you carry that. Because, technically we don't know who Uncle Howdy is. I mean, 2K might have leaked it by being Bo Dallas, but Bo Dallas also showed up in AEW not too long ago.
Yeah. Didn't I'm double checking. Didn't AEW let Eric Rowan come over to WWE to be at their thing too?
You want to repeat that because my thing glitched out?
Oh. Did Eric Rowan come over to WWE for that night? Do you remember?
What happened to Eric Rowan?
There was Eric Rowan at the TV. I'm looking actually now.
Eric Rowan showed up at the memorial.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was checking. I thought he did.
Yeah, they purposely put a camera on him, and
I respect Tony Khan for that.
Yeah, Tony Khan also gave people 2 weeks off if they really.
Tony Khan was a complete professional.
He's also is a computer, so you know.
I respect him. So
or just stares at the camera, and it's the scariest shit in the world.
he's not. I saw a quote from him the other day, which it was true, but I think should not be bragging about it. It's how they have the best roster in professional wrestling right now.
AEW?
Yeah.
No. They don't have the best roster.
What?
They don't.
Who does?
WWE.
They're not as good as AEW's roster.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes.
Grayson.
What? They don't.
WWE's only advantage is the women's.
And the men's.
The men's is not better than AEW's.
Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns,
Omega,
Cody Rhodes,
Will Ospreay's technically
Brock Lesnar.
Will Ospreay's technically WWE. Chris Jericho, Wardlow, Darby Allin, Christian Cage, Keith Lee, Isaiah Swerve.
Yeah, most of those are scraps from WWE.
Yes, most of those are Vince McMahon scraps who, if they were in WWE right now, would be in the world title picture.
Sure, but they're not.
Yes, because it's fucking Vince.
Vince needs to die.
Dude, we're 50 years out from
FBI, YouTube, please don't fucking come for me.
Yeah, he's gonna be dead in 20 minutes, and you're gonna be fucked.
Dude, if it comes one of those moments where someone randomly calls out a date.
I'm not ready for. I don't know how the wrestling world's gonna react to that.
It's gonna be super divisive. There won't be. It'll be people splitting hairs. So they won't. People will be like, "Oh yes, finally!" We had he gets his greedy little hands off that shit. Which also he might have to relinquish soon because of his legal issues right now.
Vince is a mess.
Vince is a mess. Vince is the mess.
Dana White needs to just take control of WWE so we know it's good.
No.
Yes.
Dana might be one of the dumbest fucking businessmen I've ever seen.
Yeah, UFC's doing pretty good, isn't it?
I don't know. But also, WWE and UFC are two different beasts. One's scripted entertainment, and UFC is semi-non-scripted. Oh, the interview was minor. there was an interview that came out that someone said that martial MMA is sometimes scripted. That's other like lower promotions.
It's not super scripted, but
UFC, it's you're in a small octagon. WWE lets you out of the ring, lets you like.
But
it's a completely different beast.
Dana White takes care of his people.
Does he though? Because I'm pretty sure doesn't he have like the health insurance issue, like where he won't let them get health insurance?
I'm not sure about that, but I know during COVID he paid every single one of his employees and didn't fire a single one of them.
And that was an A+ move.
And if anything came up, he said, "Call me, call whoever you need first, and then call me so we can figure this out." And he made sure every single person in the UFC was fine during COVID. And it was his personal money he was paying.
Mm.
He paid his personal money. He paid money, whatever money they could afford to lose and eat the UFC. Did not let a single person go.
And that was an A+ move. WWE did not do that.
WWE definitely did not do that.
No.
WWE got rid of a lot of people.
Yeah, that's how we have AEW now.
Yes, because of COVID, AEW exists.
Yeah.
AEW, Chris Jericho. Well, Tony Khan, COVID, Chris Jericho, and Cody Rhodes created AEW.
Mm-hmm.
It went Cody Rhodes, COVID, Chris Jericho.
Well, Cody left in 2018, right?
Cody left a while ago. He was in New Japan for a while.
Yeah, he did Indies for a while. Yeah,
he did Indies for a while, and then went AEW. But it was to me, AEW felt like Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes saw all this challenges going around. Like, hey, we should start a company. Who's a dumb rich guy we know? Oh, Tony! Hey, buddy.
It's still so petty that WWE removed the fucking Jaguars title. I love it, but at the same time, I'm like, that's just petty.
That's petty. I'd love for them to start working somewhat together.
I would love our Forbidden Door.
I would love. That is always going to be the biggest fancy booking thing for the next 2 years.
2 years.
There's going to be at least 2 more years of fancy booking
before we can feasibly get a Forbidden Door.
Before people slowly start to realize it's not going to ever happen.
Oh, okay. I'm like, before we ever get it, or because people.
I think in 2 years there's going to be a lot of changes between both rosters.
Mm-hmm.
Of people leaving AEW because they feel underused and going back to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
People going from WWE because they feel underused and going to AEW.
There's one person that won't be part of either company, though. CM motherfucking punk ass bitch. Fuck that guy.
Do you know how low CM Punk is?
They try calling back to WWE.
I saw something the other day of the difference between Matt Riddle and CM Punk. Was Matt Riddle was at least liked in the locker room.
That's true. Higher ups hated Riddle. I hated Riddle, but
he was at least liked in the locker room.
That is true.
That's the main difference between the two. And
how bad do you have to be liked more than someone who has allegedly abused his girlfriends and wives and talked about
I love Seth for bringing attention to that.
Well, also, like, I think they were doing an interview before, like, trying to figure out, like, who they should keep, and they were talking about the weed usage. And I think WWE was like, we don't give a shit anymore. Like, you can do whoever. And Riddle said, "Oh, I smoke so I don't beat my kids." And I'm like, oh, so you're just a piece of shit.
That was 100% also Dana White just being a petty bastard and didn't want to deal with him.
Oh, probably. I gotta find the tweet.
You send it to me. You send it to me of Dana White going off on Riddle.
Yes, it was Dana White. Yeah,
Dana White did not want him in.
That was company. UFC. That was when he was in UFC. That's right. That was when he's coming to WWE. Still, insane shit to say. And if you're more unlike than that man, there's some issues.
Oh yeah,
that makes some issues.
Don't worry. They keep teasing him back in WWE though.
Who?
CM Punk.
Yeah. I think he's teasing himself.
No, there was a lot of callbacks to him on Monday.
Maybe it's.
Seth called himself the best in the world.
Because he is.
Cody made a comment that used a CM Punk line. It was either after the Drew shit or before. Because Drew's in a lot of heat, though.
I swear to God, if I go to Survivor Series, because it's in Chicago, and this man pops up, the podcast after that show will be just me screaming the mic. Not even like saying anything, just screaming.
You're gonna get it if he comes back. You're gonna get a text from me,
I'll be in the fucking stadium, my God.
Yes, and I'm still gonna text you because it'll piss you off even more.
You're like, CM Punk arrived. I'm like, God, fuck me.
I'm gonna send you a CM Punk gif on Discord. Send you a pic. I'm actually just gonna send you a Spotify link, and it's called a personality.
It's such a good fucking intro, my God, too.
Dude, it's such a good entrance song for such a. It's top 10 all-time entrance songs.
That could be a whole podcast of us doing the fucking intro. We'll do that next episode if we got nothing else to talk about.
We'll have something to talk about since No Mercy is gonna be over.
That's true. No Mercy this weekend, and then
Fastlane's gonna be that weekend.
Yeah.
So we'll have that part announced. So we'll have shit to talk about. That won't be an issue. Don't worry. You won't have to talk good about CM Punk next episode.
I'm not gonna talk good about CM Punk ever.
You're gonna talk about how he has such a good fucking entrance song.
It won't make top 10. I'll tell you that. Just because
of him. Just because of him.
Only reason why. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
So can I purposely leave off? Can I purposely leave off Cody Rhodes' theme song because I don't like Cody?
You don't like Cody?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. I'm like,
whoa!
You can leave it off. I mean, you can leave it off. I think it'd be a bad move, but like, you can leave it off.
I'm putting Called Up Personality at 1 just out of spite of you.
I can see you doing that too. That's me. All right. Last little bits because we're an hour and a half into this recording. Anything else? Yeah.
Not really, honestly. I did not think we were going to get to this point.
It would be awesome if we had other matches to talk about for Fastlane, but we don't.
Oh my God, it would be wonderful if I mean, what? Every other pay-per-view, we had an idea of the match card by this point in time.
We were maybe missing one match.
We weren't at the point where we're looking at like, are we going to have these 3 guys go for an hour each match?
Or we're just like maybe 4 matches.
I forgot. Well, we'll get it. Well, there's going to have to be some kind of women's match.
There has to be at least one.
Well, because they need something for Jade.
Jade's not going to show up at Fastlane.
Yes, she will.
No. Nope.
If she's going to show up at a pay-per-view, and the way she's hyping it up, she's not going to be wrong.
You know what's going to happen? Because I think it's going to be funny as fuck. Jade Cargill comes out during Survivor Series, too cult personality.
No, that's not who it can be.
Just piss off everyone. Just give them.
Do you know who it has to be?
Who?
The only option has to be Otis. No, not Otis. Not Otis. There's only one better option. Dom.
Oh my! This title.
Imagine the heat.
The name of this episode is just gonna be the Dom fan club.
Dom already has all the heat in the world.
Okay, more heat. Yeah.
Imagine he walks out in Chicago with Called Up Personality, blowing kisses to the crowd, doing everything he can to piss off the crowd. It's the only option.
There's only one option. Yeah.
It's genuinely the only option.
Yeah. I want.
Do you have anything else? Do you have anything else?
I don't. Just because I have nothing else to talk about besides that Dom should win the world championship within the next year or so.
Tom vs. Wade Part 2 for the world title.
The vacated title after like Seth just goes missing. And Dom kidnapped him.
Hey, it's Dangerous Man. Dangerous Man. We just look and mommy's holding him back and he's not even resisting anymore because it's mommy. He's like gonna scream like, Seth, get out of there! And he's acting like suddenly he can't hear the people in the ring.
You see Becky open like the fucking door and
she opens the door. Seth, get out of there! I'm stuck! You're not even tied down. It's a visible rope.
Oh, we are the dumbest people to think of these.
Hey, this is why y'all listen to us. Best wrestling podcast in the world. Hey, we're like CM Punk. We're the best in the world.
He's not. He's never been. All right, we're gonna wrap up today's episode before we go off the rails even more. All our socials is right down below. Follow us there. Subscribe to us. And we'll see you guys next week when we talk more about Fastlane and after No Mercy happens with Becky is defending against Tiffany again, right?
Tegan.
Okay.
I think it might be both.
No, because Tegan's after that.
I know she has Tegan for No Mercy.
It's after. It's whoever's after that, which it's gonna be Becky, but you know.
Becky's gonna Becky.
Yeah, Becky's the go. But we'll see you guys then. Next Saturday. Well, yeah. Bye-bye.